During a final exam, the male TA gave every woman in my row extra time checks that were actually distractions. When the proctor said, "You may begin," I flipped my paper and my entire semester flashed before my eyes. Organic chemistry final, 3 hours, 40% of my grade. I had studied until 2 a.m. for 6 consecutive nights. My hands were steady, my mind was sharp. I was ready. I was not ready for what came next. My name is Priya. I'm a junior pre-med student at a mid-sized state university, and what happened during that exam last December still makes my stomach turn every time I think about it. The TA running our section was named Brandon, mid-20s, perpetually wearing the same faded hoodie, the kind of guy who laughed a little too loud at his own jokes during office hours. He wasn't my favorite person, but I had no specific reason to distrust him. Not yet. About 20 minutes into the exam, Brandon walked to my row. I was in the middle seat, with my classmate Divya on my left and a girl named Fatima on my right. He leaned down near Divya first and whispered something. She looked up, visibly confused. Then he came to me. "Just checking. You doing okay? Need to reread the instructions?" I hadn't asked for anything. I shook my head and looked back down. He moved to Fatima and did the same thing. I told myself it was nothing. Maybe he was just being thorough. I refocused and kept writing. 30 minutes later, he came back. This time he tapped my desk lightly. "Don't forget, the last page has a bonus question." I flipped to the last page. There was no bonus question. When I looked up to ask, he was already walking away. I lost probably 90 seconds just processing that interaction. He came back a third time. By then, I noticed he hadn't stopped at any of the men in the room once. Not once. The guys 3 seats away from me sat completely undisturbed for 3 full hours. Meanwhile, Brandon found a reason to hover near our row 4 separate times. After the exam, Divya grabbed my arm in the hallway. "Did he keep coming to you too?" Fatima turned around from ahead of us. All 3 of us had the same exact experience. All 3 of us had lost time. All 3 of us were women. We weren't the only ones. Talking to other students afterward, we found 2 more women from a different row with nearly identical stories. 6 women total, 0 men disturbed. We filed a formal complaint together. We wrote everything down, timestamps as best we could remember them, exact words he used, the pattern of who he approached and who he left alone. Our professor, to her absolute credit, took it seriously within hours. Brandon was removed from TA duties pending a departmental review. The hardest part wasn't even the exam. It was the moment I realized I had doubted myself during it. I remembered thinking, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe he's just awkward. Maybe I'm being unfair. That internal second guessing, that's the part that was designed to work. Whether he knew it consciously or not, the interruptions thrived on our politeness, our tendency to assume good intent, our fear of making a scene during a silent, high-stakes room. We made the scene afterward instead. I don't know yet what his consequences will be, but I know that all 6 of us passed that exam anyway. We were ready before he ever walked into that room, and that is something he could not touch.